Today we are going to start with measurement of delta U. Delta U means internal energy change. Now delta U is measured with the help of bomb calorimeter. This apparatus is bomb calorimeter. Bomb is made up of steel and inside reaction is carried out. For example, combustion of methane is carried out under oxygen under high pressure. Bomb calorimeter is in contact with water because whatever heat will be evolved or absorbed in this process will be given to water. And with the help of thermometer, we will record the temperature change. So with the help of this apparatus, we can find out the heat exchanged with the surroundings or heat liberated or absorbed at constant volume. Constant volume means this process is being carried out in closed container, so there is no change in volume. And if delta V is 0, it means no work is done on the system or by the system. So this is the method how we can measure delta U. Finding out rise in temperature, and then we apply the formula Q is equal to M into S into T2 minus T1. Q is heat evolved or absorbed, M is mass of water into specific heat of water into rise in temperature. Let's take up heat capacity. Heat capacity of a system is defined as amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a system through 1 degree centigrade. The increase in temperature is directly proportional to the heat transferred. That is, Q is proportional to delta T, or Q is equal to coefficient into delta T. The magnitude of the coefficient depends upon the size, composition, and nature of the system. We can also write it as Q is equal to C into delta T, where C is heat capacity. C is directly proportional to amount of substance. Means greater is the amount of substance, more will be C, that is heat capacity. When C is large, a given amount of heat results in only a small temperature rise. For example, water has a large heat capacity, that is, a lot of energy is needed to raise its temperature. Now we are taking molar heat capacity. The molar heat capacity of a substance we denote by Cm is equal to C divided by N is the heat capacity for 1 mole of substance and is the quantity of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 mole of substance by 1 degree Celsius or 1 Kelvin. Specific heat, also called specific heat capacity, is the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of a unit mass 1 gram or 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius or Kelvin. For finding out the heat Q required to raise the temperature of a sample or a substance, we multiply the specific heat C by the mass and the temperature change, that is delta T. Q is equal to C into M into delta T. This formula I was mentioning while measurement of delta U. If we want to find out Q at constant volume, that is delta U, so C is specific heat, M is mass of substance, delta T is rise in temperature. Small c into M can be written as C also, which is called molar heat capacity into rise in temperature. Next, we are going to take up question based on this concept. Express the change in internal energy of a system when no heat is absorbed by the system from the surroundings, but work is done on the system. What type of wall does the system have? Second part of the question is no work is done on the system, but Q amount of heat is taken out from the system and given to the surrounding. So what type of wall does the system has? And third part is W amount of work is done by the system and Q amount of heat is supplied to the system. What type of system would it be? First, we are taking first part. In first case, no heat is absorbed by the system means Q is 0. But work is done on the system means the W is positive. And delta U will be equal to W. It is an adiabatic process because Q is equal to 0. Therefore, wall is adiabatic. Second part, no work is done on the system means W is 0. But Q amount of heat is taken out from the system means minus Q and given to the surrounding. So what type of wall does the system has? Delta U is equal to minus Q, and it is having thermal conducting walls because heat can be exchanged with the surroundings. Third part, W amount of work is done by the system. It means W is minus W. And Q amount of heat is supplied to the system means Q is plus. So delta U will be equal to Q minus W, and the type of system is closed system. Why it is closed system? Because heat is being exchanged as well as work also is being done. Next question, we are taking 2 liters of an ideal gas at a pressure of 10 atmosphere expands isothermally. Isothermally means temperature is constant into vacuum. Vacuum means pressure is 0 until its total volume is 10 liters. How much heat is absorbed and how much work is done in the expansion. So how do we solve it? We have Q is equal to minus W, which is equal to P external into V2 minus V1 means final volume minus initial volume will give you 8. But P external is 0, so 0 into 8 will become 0. No work is done and no heat is absorbed in this process because there was vacuum. Vacuum means pressure is 0. Let's take up this question. In a process, 701 joules of heat is absorbed by the system and 394 joules of work is done by the system. What is the change in internal energy for the process? We are given Q is equal to plus 701 joules because this heat is absorbed by the system. And work is done by the system, so W will be negative minus 394 joules. Delta U we have to find out, so we have to apply first law of thermodynamics. Delta U is equal to Q plus W. That is 701 minus 394 equal to plus 307 joules. That is, internal energy of system increases by 307 joules. Next question, choose the correct answer. A thermodynamic state function is a quantity used to determine heat changes whose value is independent of path, used to determine pressure volume work whose value depends upon temperature only. Correct answer is B. Thermodynamic state function depends upon initial and final state of the system and not on the path. That is, it is independent of the path. Next, for the process to occur under adiabatic conditions, the correct condition is delta T is equal to 0, delta P is equal to 0, Q is equal to 0, W is equal to 0. Correct answer is C part, that is Q is equal to 0. In adiabatic process, no heat is exchanged with the surroundings. That neither any heat is absorbed nor any heat is given out. So Q is equal to 0 for adiabatic process.